Here we go, guys, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing on this fine Monday evening? So, I come back to you here live for another installment with episode 29 and Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast, comes to you and present episode 29. And I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about resilience, but I don't want this to be lengthy. So, this is going to be very short and brief, but I believe powerful to the point. So let's go ahead and dive in. For those that's tuning in live, by all means, do me a favor, if you will. Put in the hashtag live. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. And of course, if you catch this on a replay, go ahead and do the same thing. The art of resilience and what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And I actually have two examples in which I want to go ahead and share with you. But to tell you more so with resilience, especially in this year, 2023, that should be everyone's tagline. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone that is inspired to do so much more than what you're capable of, I believe that should really be partnered as far as on your chest. Dr. James, hey, how you doing, my brother? Do me a favor as I deliver this message. If you can just go ahead and just share this in our respective groups, my friend, I would definitely appreciate that. So back to the topic at hand, while my partner here is sharing out, this message to the proper channels, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But let's get back to resilience. And resilience is something that is, I would say, it's a mindset, folks. And it's something in which that you definitely need if you're looking to achieve any kind of success whatsoever. You hear it as far as more of the top gurus and top people, and I'm not going to dive into that. But resilience, when you have that, and it's something that I believe it's like a muscle. It's something in which that it grows on a continuous basis. And if you don't build that muscle, much like you don't build resilience, then what happens is that you get weak. You fall as far as to distractions. Life happens, right? In which life happens to all of us. So when resilience comes down and when something in which that is built, it molds your character. And like I mentioned, I did have two stories. So I want to go ahead and share one with you. And this individual, her name is Helen Kluger. She's actually one of our co-hosts. And the reason why I brought her up is because of the fact that here it is someone that I'm going to say that she's an elder. I don't know her age. But when it comes down to technology and social media, she'll be the first one to tell you that she's new at this. And at times it can be very scary. It can be very daunting because she didn't grow up in an age with social media, right? But here's the beautiful part about this, and this is something that happened last week that truly inspired me. She mentioned to us, as far as an organization, that she was going to go ahead and do a Facebook Live. She was going to go ahead and figure it out. Well, guess what? She was able to figure it out. She was very nervous and afraid, but she got it done. And I was so inspired by that. Her doing a Facebook Live. It was about 10 minutes. And you know what? The message was pretty good too. It was pretty good. And I was just sitting there and I was just like in awe. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And that was just so impressive. And that inspired the inspirer, right? Because when we're out there putting in the work, when we're out there impacting lives and inspiring people, we need to be inspired as well in order to keep on going. And that was just an amazing thing. Now, if that first story really didn't get to you, then I got another story for you. And this past Saturday, when we was actually doing episode 102 from the Small Business Network, I was currently at work, and because as a maintenance tech, I'm on call. How you doing, Stephanie? Welcome, welcome. So as being on call, just to let you guys know a little bit about that world, that what it means is that when you're on call as a maintenance tech, any kind of emergencies such as like leaks, floods, etc., I have to jump off and I have to respond. Well, the beautiful thing was this, is that even though stuff was happening, right, as we were doing the show, Dr. James is my witness because he's actually in attendance, but yet I still was able to hop on and I was still able to contribute in some form of fashion. Now, though I wasn't able to get on for the normal hour that we do, but that was just a form of perseverance. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as I close, I want to ask you, where has perseverance showed up as far as in your life? Who is it that you know that they just have that knack about them? That no matter what happens, they just keep showing up. They just keep persevering. No matter what people say, no matter what happens, but yet in the end, they are still there. Still kicking. Still moving. One step forward. They might have got knocked back a couple of steps, but guess what? They're still here. And that is what's needed for you to move to the next level by what this thing that we call, and we like to glorify a lot, perseverance. But it's in each and every single one of us. You just have to tap into that. And if that's something in which that you're struggling with, if you find yourself that you want to persevere, but there's certain roadblocks, maybe certain stumbling blocks that may be hindering you, by all means, please feel free to get in contact with me or with my business partner, Dr. James, by the way. And trust me, we would love to work with you because mindset is pretty much one of our specialties. And it's one of the reasons why I believe as far as that we are still around, because we have a special anointing and calling. And just like as far as with, I'm pretty sure many others of you as well. So with that being said, this wraps up here, episode 29 from the Small Business Network podcast. I hope that someone has definitely found some value about it. And also, by the way, as another side note, if you would love as far as to be interviewed, if you have a message, if you have a profession, a passion, a business, we would love to feature you. We would love to feature you and give you your 15 to 20 minutes of fame. And with that being said, if what I stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, then may God be the glory, and we take no credit for absolutely none of it. And until then, it has been an absolute pleasure. I thank you for your time, and stay tuned for episode 30 from the Small Business Network podcast, coming to an audience in the city near you. Thank you for your time, everyone. Have a blessed one. Later.